Hey there, McOwner here, and I'm back with some Final Fantasy XIV. So today I'm here with Umbra, and we are going to go over the new event in Final Fantasy XIV, a Nocturne for Heroes, which is the collaboration event between Final Fantasy XIV and Final Fantasy XV. And you're going to get a bunch of items that's related to Final Fantasy XV if you complete this event. And this is a limited time event, and it ends on May 27th at 7:59 a.m. PDT, which is around 8. Just to let you know though, if you really want to get everything, you got to make sure you have to have 230,000 MGP for the gold saucer, and I think that's all you need. That's extra. That's you don't really get in this event. So we're just gonna jump in here. So we're at Ul'dah at the main Aetheryte, and it's pretty close to this area. So if you just go to the Hall of Flames over here, the quest is right here, the Man in Black. And the requirements for the quest is just you have to be level 50, but you have also had to have beaten the main scenario quest, the ultimate weapon, which is the last story quest in the base game. And as always with these new events, if you're doing them early, there's going to be crowds of people around the NPCs. The X key is your friend if you're on PC. I'm not sure if there's another key that works for controllers, but basically hold the X key down and it'll ignore all the players, and then you can click right on the NPC no matter what's covering them. So we're just going to grab the quest here from Kipijakia. I'm not sure if I'm saying her name right, but that's fine. So Man in Black, and you get some EXP and money. I mean, if you're not max level already, and then also get the gloves from Noctis. So we're just gonna accept the quest from her, and then you get this nice quest accepted new icon for the event that's Final Fantasy 15 based. And where you gotta go next is gonna tell you to go to Central Thonalon. So the closest Aetheryte that's near the quest objective would be Blackbrush Station. So you want to either teleport there, or you can make your way down to this area here, but closest is Blackbrush, so we're just going to teleport there. And then once you arrive at the area, you'll see the little sparkles and the destination like objects that you can click on. So you're just going to right click on that, use your X key if you need to, if there's a bunch of people, and we're just going to survey. And then afterwards a cutscene will play, but we're going to skip that so you guys can watch it for yourselves. And then after that cutscene, it's going to have you go to the east, and you're going to have to participate in a fate. And the fate is called Like Clockwork, if it's up already. So just make your way to the east, and most likely you see a bunch of people waiting. And then once the fate drops, just remember to level sync if you need to, and then just a bunch of enemies are going to show up. Just do as much damage, tag as many as you can, and then once enough of the smaller enemies are gone, this really large mech looking thing shows up, and just shoot it with everybody, hit it with everybody, kill it, and then get your participation. And then that should qualify for the quest. But you also get some other items after completing this fate, so you want to keep this location in mind if you want to get everything for the event. So if you want to just stick around and do the fate a few more times, I would recommend doing it until you have 6 of the items, just to let you know. But if you want to just go ahead and continue on with the quest line, just go over to the west and go to the designated location here, and then some more cutscenes will play, but we're gonna cut those out again. And then once you're done with those cutscenes, you're going to want to head over to Blackbrush Station and speak with Cid. And then more cutscenes will play. And then once those scenes play out, then you have to go back to Ul'dah. So, me being a cheapskate, I'm just going to be riding back. But we're just going to jump over. And then when you get back to Ulda, you're going to be heading back to the front of the Hall of Flames where you first picked up the quest. So, we're just going to make our way over there. And then you're just going to talk to the NPC again, turn in your quest, and then you will get your first piece of Noctis's gear, which is the gloves. And once you turn in that quest, the new quest opens up in the dark of night, and you'll be getting the pants for Noctis when you finish this quest here. And once you accept that quest, it's going to tell you to go to Gridania and talk to 3 different NPCs. The first one is in New Gridania, like over here, near the exit gate over here. So if you want to take a look, so this is the first NPC that you can get to. And the other 2 are in the New Gridania area. One is in the markets, like, yeah, near the market boards. And the other is near the Lancers Guild. And when you're done speaking with them, they're going to send you near the amphitheater where Kippy is going to be there. And you're going to speak with her to continue. And then once you've spoken to her, the quest is going to send you to a location in the East Shroud. It's near Hawthorne Hut, I believe, north of there in the Bramble Patch area. And there's going to be a destination here. If you're familiar, this means this is going to be like an instance thing right here. So it's going to be a battle. But first you're going to have a couple of cutscenes, but we're going to skip those again. And then we're going to just go over the battle briefly. I don't want to spoil too much. So when you actually get into the fight, you're going to be fighting this guy here. And he's honestly not like too difficult as long as you pay attention. He does seem like he has a lot of health. But, I mean, I did this fight and half the time I didn't even know what the hell I was doing. And I screwed up a lot of the mechanics, but I still was able to one-shot it. So it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Like, the main things you want to look out for are the telegraphs that they put down, of course, but then also another prompt where you have to stack on to Noctis, another one where you have to try to spread away from each other. But then the main thing you want to look out for that causes the most damage are these pillars that show up during the fight. And the first time there's only one, somebody has to stand in it. But then once they go again, 2 pillars show up. And then Noctis chooses one to run to, and then you have to go to the other one. So you gotta make sure that you're not running to the one that Noctis is already going to. But those are the main things you have to worry about this fight. Other than that, the fight's pretty easy. And then once you're done with those cutscenes, it's gonna drop you back into Gridania, where you speak with Kippy again. And then once you're done speaking with Kippy, she's going to send you to turn in the quest to Noctis. And Noctis is going to be down in the old Gridania area. So we can just like head south from where we were and he'll be there. So just speak to Noctis to turn in your quest. And then you get your next piece of Noctis's gear, which is the pants. So then you pick up the next quest from Noctis. And it's Messenger of the Winds. Which is, if you've seen any of the trailers, you probably know where this is going to lead to, but it's fine. Once you complete this quest, you get the chest piece and the boots. So those will be the final pieces you need for the armor stuff for Noctis. And once you actually get the quest from Noctis, he's going to ask to meet him like in Central Shroud. I found him over here near the lake. He's fishing. And you speak to him, and then some more cutscenes play. And then once those scenes are done, they're going to send you back to Gridania, go back to the amphitheater, and talk to Kippy, which will continue the quest for you here. And when you're finished speaking to her there, she's going to ask to meet her in front of the inn in New Gridania, so you're going to head down there. And this is going to be another instance where you're fighting Gruda from Final Fantasy 15. So there's going to be some cutscenes. We're going to just jump to the fight though. So this fight is just a little bit more complicated than the last one, but you should be able to do alright. You get a new ability called Warp Strike you get from Noctis, and basically it's a kind of a dash in, insta hit kind of thing. But it's going to be mostly used for mobility. Like, especially if you're ranged, it's going to be mostly used for mobility. So, in addition to Garuda, there are these little, like, piles of rocks, these large piles of rocks that you can target and can use your Warp Strike to jump to, so you can get out of the giant AoEs instead of having to run through it and risk getting hit. But then there's also another mechanic with the Warp Strike, where basically if you and Noctis do a Warp Strike at the same time, you do like a lot more damage. So you want to try to get the timing with Noctis down. He does Warp Strike at certain times. You'll learn the pattern, but that's one of the main ways to lower Garuda's HP in this fight. So it's mostly just avoiding the telegraphs, using Warp Strike when you need to, stacking out Noctis when he gets like indicators to, and also timing your Warp Strike so you actually hit with Noctis. But the big thing you gotta look out for is when she goes into the middle and starts casting Micro Burst, you need to use your Warp Strike to jump away from her as once she pulls you in. I died the first time fighting her because my timing was off and using the Warp Strike too early, and then I got hit by it. So you want to wait for her to pull you in, and right when she pulls you in, use Warp Strike and get away. So that's how that works. And then once you get her low enough, Garuda's going to grab you in a vortex and immobilize you, and you're just going to be kind of stuck in there, and then an active time event is going to happen. Basically, you're going to have to try to break out before she kills you. So you just have to spam a button, click it, depending on what platform you're using, but you have a good amount of time. Don't slack though. And then you can jump to her, and then it's gonna be this cool little cutscene of Noctis finishing off Garuda. And that's it. So after you beat her, some more cutscenes are gonna play, but again, we're gonna skip those. And then after those final cutscenes play, you immediately can complete the quests and get the last pieces of your Noctis armor. So that's it for the quest line, and it just says that now you can spend your MGP points in the gold saucer to get more items from this event. But before we do that, we're going to stick around here and go to Old Gridania, and if you go back to the amphitheater, you'll see this Ironworks hand guy here. And this is where, if you stuck around and did more of the Fate to get the unidentified Magitech, you can get all those orchestra rolls there. And again, to get all of those, you would need 6 of the Magitech total. But now, we're going to head over to the Gold Saucer. We're going to get the rest of our items for this event. So, if you go to the main area, the main entrance area, you'll see this Ironworks render here, and then it has the mount for 200,000 MGP. You have Lucian Locks, which is Noctis' hair, for 20,000, and then you get the Noctis card for Triple Triad for 10,000. So you need, in total, 230,000 MGP to get everything. And once you get that and the orchestra rolls, you should be done. So now, here we are. Here's Umbra. She's in the full Noctis gear, which is chest piece, gloves, pants, and boots. I also restyled her hair with Noctis hair. And we're just going to zoom out a little bit here just so we can get a full view of the items. And you might be wondering, why are we in the Sea of Clouds now? Well, that's because of one of the other main items that we got. So hey, we have our own Regalia. So yep, this is Regalia Type G, and you know, it's pretty much, you know, Noctis's car that he had earlier, if you've seen stuff. But we're in the Sea of Clouds because it can also fly. with the modifications that I think Sid did, the mount can fly now. It's a 4-person mount, 4-seated mount. It works pretty much like the other multi-seat mounts, where I believe they have to be in your party, but they can right-click and they can select whichever seat they want. They can also select different positions depending on the race. I think it's like the Lalafell can like stand up in the seats and look out the side. They also have to, Lalafell also have to stand while driving, which is kind of funny. But anyways, yeah. So I think that covers pretty much everything about the event. So I just want to thank you guys for watching the video. I hope it was of some help. I hope you were able to get everything that you needed from this video. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment. It helps me out. If you want to keep up with everything, subscribe to me here on YouTube. You can follow me on Twitch and Twitter. You can also follow me on DLive. I'm kind of like doing some experimental streams there. But yeah, I'm hoping to do more of these videos in general, and also do more Final Fantasy stuff, because it is kind of the game I am playing a lot. Doesn't mean I'm just going to be doing Final Fantasy videos from now on. I still want to go back and do my Smash Brothers stuff, and possibly more Monster Prom stuff, but we'll see. It all kind of depends. YouTube's been a little bit kind of weird with everything that's been going on lately. But let me know what you guys want to see. Besides like these event videos, if there's anything else you want to see in Final Fantasy, just let me know. But anyways, until next time, take care, guys.